Good evening. Welcome to the replay of a Week 6 OLTP game between I Swear Not Bots, captained by Noob, and Balls to the Wall, captained by Hoog. The last time this game was played, the server suffered from some lag issues, so we're replaying this game now. Game should be starting soon. Here it is. The game will be played on the map Battery, and there will be 10-minute halves. 2 10-minute halves. Last time this game was played, I Swear Not Bots won the first half 2-1 in a really close half, and they got blown out because 2 of their players had to disconnect 10-1 in the second half, I do believe.
And the other 2 were lagging profusely, which was very disappointing to see because it was such a great close matched game up until that point. Evoke spawning right next to that Juke Juice in the center. What a great lucky spawn for him. I think got 3 people in the group, so hopefully he'll be able to preserve that, or at least 3 of my team. Nope, it's all good. Good to go, and it looks like Evoke's going to get that Juke Juice and the Tag Pro to kick off the game, which is probably going to result in a very quick, easy cap for him as he gets an easy return on
Sweet Cheese and Tossy Fox using some excellent button control, not letting Evoke make really any use of that double power up.
Dampening that very nicely, which was something that they knew they had to do going into this game. Noob and Dimer have both grabbed the flag simultaneously, and both look like they're about to get cut off simultaneously too. Never mind that, Dimokraris is alive, almost getting cut off by Sweet Cheeses, but by the skin of his teeth making it through the gap and then boosting them to the top and kissing with testicles. So that's going to be a reset of positions after a almost very eventful start. Evoke getting a fantastic grab away from Toasty Fox. Hoog is there for the re-grab. They're out of position, aren't they? He'll be waiting. He's only got 1 to beat. If only they were communicating that, he could have taken that boost easily and gotten a cap, but there is not that communication. Venetics has got the button. Evoke is going to go through. He misses the fucking flag. I'm sorry. He misses the flag, and he's just completely thrown an opportunity to cap out the window, which has left Testicles an opportunity to go through. He's getting cut off by Venetics and Dimer with a Tag Pro, and Hoog with a Juke Juice. Testicles is getting cut off and contained by Venetics, but Testicles is going to use that boost easily, not finding an opportunity to get through, and Evoke almost getting a return, but just throwing himself into the spike instead. Testicles is returned back to square one, getting cornered into that spike field. Dimer and Hoog not finding anything to do. In the grabbing. Sorry. Who could be having some connectivity issues as that happens. Both Vogue and Noob gets away from the flag. Both going to meet the same point, but seem to navigate around each other fairly well. Ooh. Vogue almost finding an opportunity to get through, but can't quite make it work, and Noob decides that spikes taste delicious.
Toasty Fox using a lovely boost to get the return in.
Definitely Dimer almost had a cap going there.
Hoog looks like he could get away here if he can just get past Testicles, and he can, and Noob is not in a good position to stop him.
There was no communication there. Noob looks like he just wanted to go for the Juke Juice, but nobody was calling out that Hoog was coming, which left the door wide open.
Compared to the first time this game was played, I think there's a lot less button control on I Swear Not Bots' side, and that's costing them. They're down.
Definitely. They had it in the former stages of this half, but kind of slacked off. Oh, that was almost a very fantastic cap from Testicles. Who seems to have
the flag.
Improved throughout the season. Should have mentioned that. But yeah, about the button control, it is hard. I'm sure you know on offense.
It is difficult to do, but if you can pull it off, it is really rewarding.
Venetics getting contained nicely by Toasty Fox and Testicles.
Sweet Cheese is in the middle of nowhere, not really managing to close down Evoke on the other side of the map. If he had just been back and held off Hoog and Evoke from the flag, I think Noob would have been able to cap that.
And if Hoog can get this return, which won't happen now that Noob's just got that rolling bomb and snuck away from the others. Evoke did almost have an opportunity. Venetics does get the return. Testicles is going to go for the regrab with a rolling bomb with Sweet Jesus closing in right behind him. Sweet Jesus takes the return, leaving Testicles with his rolling bomb and only 2 people in front of him.
That was poor communication. There was nobody on defense for I Swear Not Bots.
Testicles uses the boost fantastically and uses the force of the death from Illuminati to actually get away from the spike and boost all the way around. If that was not one of the best caps you have ever seen, you have not seen much. Or you've seen a lot, rather. Testicles by the skin of his teeth, making it through away from the Venetics. Wow, this is some amazing grabs from the offense here. And Testicles has vastly improved his game from all of these matches. Illuminati's been subbed in. Rain, do you think he is going to do justice to the team?
Personally, I think that Hoog and Venetics is a really strong defensive duo. Perhaps Illuminati will sort of prioritize button control a bit more than Hoog would. Hoog doesn't really control buttons that well, in my opinion, and I think Illuminati has sort of the game sense to control them, and I think that could make the difference in this half.
Looks like you get the whole balls to the wall, moving. Very nice formation.
Lovely by Toasty Fox.
That was indeed a lovely snipe to save the day, really, because that would have been a cap if he had made it to get through. Toasty Fox, the rookie, came straight out of pubs and has strutted his stuff very nicely. Looks like we've got another reset of position. You mentioned Illuminati being on button control, but it doesn't look like he's done too much of that so far.
It doesn't look like he's going to. I'm a bit surprised that I think button control would be one of their top priorities in this situation.
Dimakaris is away. He's only got Noob in front of him, but Noob is just in the perfect position to get that return. That was very nicely done. It seems like their offensive defense is solid.
One thing I think that Testicles is doing extremely well is not grabbing stupidly. He's waiting for Noob and he's waiting for an opportunity before he grabs, and that's really paying off him.
I think that's where his improvement has come from. Just as you say that, though, Testicles can't quite get away from Venetics, nor can Noobs.
But Dime can.
Dime is away down bottom. Not a single man in front of him. Not a single ball. He's not going to miss the boost, is he? No, he isn't. He's going to get that cap, bringing the score to 2-1 with 4 minutes remaining of the first half. And this is almost as close as the first game we saw. It certainly is interesting. Is as interesting though. Dime has got all person to beat him. Not going to find any way through that. Nobody was ever going to find a way through that.
I think the main difference between this half and the first half of the last time this actually played was, I swear or not, Bot's defensive positioning has not been excellent. They've been caught out of position, allowing Evoke and Diamond to get really easy grabs because they're all rotating up to offense to get chasing, but they're not defending the base.
It is worth mentioning that I swear we're not bots do have 3 defenders on the field. Fantastic containment return from Venetics and Evoke, leaving the door wide open for Dimakaris to get a fantastic cap. That was the teamwork that you need to be doing to get those caps in the game. They have just done it nicely. Dimer! Fantastic juke bouncing off the wall to get away from Noob. He's only got Toasty Fox ahead of him with the flag. Toasty Fox is making it through Venetics. Is he going to make it past Illuminati? I'm not sure. Illuminati does use the snipe well. He's only got, if he can juke past Noob, not sure that's going to be happening anytime soon. Noob makes the sensible decision to get away, but Evoke with a fantastic snipe. Sweet Cheese is overcommitted over to the spike field, and Dimakaris has a fantastic opportunity to cap, and he capitalizes that completely. Dimakaris is topping the board with all 3 caps for their side, and deservingly, with only a minute and 41 seconds of hold time. That's now going up, and 3 caps. That was well earned. If they can get the return on Testicles, Diamond can get another cap, make it 4.
Oof.
Noob gets away. Just as I say that, Noob does get away. And it looks like, actually, if they can get a return on Dimer, Toasty Fox is not going to be able to close down on him. Not that he's trying very hard at all. Dimer's juking through in that spike field too, strutting his stuff. That is why he is one of the highest rated defenders in the server. Toasty Fox is way down bottom. Can't get the return on Evoke, can Testicles, leaving Evoke with the opportunity to grab Diamond, getting a fantastic snipe. Noob. Evoke's got the button. Evoke has got no one in front of him. The whole team is out of position, completely kerfuffled, and that is Evoke's first cap of the game, taking away from Dimakaris' perfect streak. What needs to change for I Swear We're Not Bots in order to give him the comeback that we all thought was going to happen?
That was just really poor positioning by each member of I Swear We're Not Bots. A bad mistake by Noob. But if Testicles and Toasty Fox had rotated up to the flag a bit quicker and had been a bit more intelligent in their grabs, then they would have been able to avoid Evoke capping there.
Evoke's closing in on the base, but Toasty Fox has just grabbed and got away very cleanly with no snipe coming anytime soon, except for Venetics. Oh, but he is going to miss that snipe and instead just pressure Toasty Fox into spiking himself. That was not very much room for him. Would have been very surprised if he got away.
Lovely boost by Testicles to get away, but does get taken out by the spike.
Evoke's not going to be able to juke past Noob and Toasty Fox, but maybe Illuminati and Venetics can close in and give some support. Toasty Fox does get away. Testicles!
Awful communication.
And Evoke with a fantastic boost! That was a fantastic boost. That was just perfect timing. That was like clockwork. Another fantastic cap that we're seeing in this game. And Dimacarius, Venetics can get the block. Toasty Fox isn't going to get away. He's only got Noob. But Noob closes down, does very nicely, all on his own. The score in this half is 6-1 with 40 seconds remaining. And I don't think this is going to be all that happens in this half, not at all. I'm not sure if bots are going to ever be able to come back from this, especially with the way they're playing right now. But, yeah, no, this is not the game that we saw happening last week, and I think it is almost completely to blame on IceWebernot's form. Even if Testicles is having one of the best games of his career. Toasty Fox is making it through, unlike Dimacarius or Evoke. Illuminati's got a fantastic return. Venetics is juking like an offender away from Sweet Jesus and Noob.
If you just looked at the positioning of Venetics and Illuminati and compared it to IceWebernot bots, it just allowed them to get the easy return. And that's just not happening from IceWebernot bots. And in the second half, down 6-1, they definitely need to just hammer home that positioning and get it correct for this next half if they want to have a hope at making a comeback.
We're seeing a substitution for Toasty. Sweet Jesus coming out for Meh. Kitsune was actually spectating. That might have to be looked at the end of the game. That is against the rules of OLTP. Kitsune is not allowed to spectate. She was watching that game. And she is in. No, sorry, she isn't. She's not in Balls to the Wall room, so maybe she might get away
I had
from
to
that.
take her out of the Mumble group because she was, for about half the game, she was in Mumble and spectating the game.
We might have to look at that at the end of this game. Apparently she's also drunk and uncontrollable. Okay. Yeah. They are currently talking about in the chat, because I know that Radiant does have that thing up. They're talking about that she should be allowed to because of the rules, but that is not correct. But yeah, we do have a substitution. Meh is being put in replacement of Sweet Jesus. I believe Sweet Jesus was second last, or even last on the board for that first half, so that might be the best decision. Toasty Fox, should mention as I was going to say, has not played this map before, and he was topping his team, so that really says what they have to, what's been happening. I know for a fact that from playing in a scrim earlier today, a couple of hours ago, that bots know this map. They know this map. They are not a bad team at all. They were annihilating us. I believe they beat us 8-3 in one of those. They should be doing better than this. They should be doing better than Balls to the Wall, and I'm sure that each and every one of them very well knows that. But hopefully they'll be able to make this game close, make it interesting, come back right at the end. We've got Hyphy in the wall.
Definitely uncharacteristic from bots after we saw them beat Balls to the Wall 2-1 in the first half last week before this match was replayed in a really clinical half. And this week they're just making a lot of sloppy mistakes, which is costing them a lot of, and it's unfortunate. They do have the potential to be better than Balls to the Wall if they're on their game, but if they keep making these mistakes, then they're not going to have a chance. And they need to, coming up to postseason.
I believe IceWebernot bots, correct me if I'm wrong, I think IceWebernot bots have to secure at least one of these games in order to save their spot in the last playoff spot. But I could be wrong about that. That's correct? Okay. Even if they don't, I believe it's fairly unlikely that anybody will catch up to them regardless.
it's almost impossible, but if they won here, it would secure their place.
Second half's about to go underway, and Vogue can't quite get that lucky spot that he had in the first half. And they have bots going straight for the gates again. I think that was what was helping them, because you saw in the first half of that game the final score was 2-1, and then the second half that was where it really slipped away, and I think they just lost focus, lost positions, and it got away. Testicles and Benetics both with tag pros. I'm not sure if that is going to help them enough. I say sarcastically, that is going to completely help them lock down. Toasty Fox and Mare not helping, holding the gates like they were not 10 seconds ago. Noob can't get away, can testicles. Looks like he's going to be struggling to if he can. He's very tight. Perhaps Noob can get a block on Illuminati. No, he can't, so he's going to have to go for the regrab in case Testicles gets returned. Testicles just misses the button to take out Illuminati. Diamakaris almost goes bottom, but Mare gets the easy return on him. Testicles almost goes for a fantastic wall bounce, but can't quite get past Illuminati. The speed is not enough, and Noob runs straight into a gate like a headless chicken. And we have another reset of positions. Mare is holding onto that button, and Toasty Fox is not, and I think that is costing them. Power-ups are respawning. Diamakaris is all over that, and no one's all over it in the other base either. Noob has got away while Testicles and Benedix are distracted with it. Takes out Illuminati. Evoke has got a rolling bomb, gets a fantastic looking snipe on Noob to get an easy return. He is not having it very nicely this game. We all know that he's a fantastic player, but he's just not having it this game.
In the first 1 minute 25, it's obvious that Mare and Toasty are looking a lot better than the previous Bots defense. That substitution of Sweet Cheese has definitely made a difference.
I could agree a million times, and it would not be enough. Mare is still over there, but while Toasty Fox isn't. That's clearly their choice in position. That's not a mistake if they're just doing it consistently. And well, I mean, it's paid off for them. They haven't got a cap yet, have they? Diamakaris isn't going to get away. Evoke's only going to get away because of Juke Juice. So they've got Testicles to beat, with Toasty Fox closing in on his position. Almost getting convergence. Toasty Fox is going to utilize his momentum very well to actually just grab the flag and run. Illuminati's not going to close in on him. Venetics is going to, on the other hand, and corner him in that micro spike field. Diamer's going to go under Meh. He's only got Testicles, grabs the flag and runs away nicely. Noob almost had an opportunity to get the return on Dimer, but just decides that the spike would be more delicious than a return. Meh's going to make the sensible decision and grab and run away. While Dimer's still
and Toasty Fox here.
Camping out like a duck hunter. Illuminati's going to come in, take out Toasty Fox. Noob is going to boost in, but takes himself out against the defender. There was really not much he could do there. I think that from the moment, all that needed to happen was they just needed to stall. But yeah, boosting in like that wasn't much he can do. Toasty Fox bumps Noob out of the way. He's got plenty of position. Dimer's the only one in front of him, with Met and Testicles both in position to corner him unless they decide to go for power up.
That was an awful mistake by us. They put 4 on offense, and then Mare and Toasty Fox both went to get power ups, and it just allowed Diamond another easy cap.
As harsh as I might be being this game, that was just silly. That was a silly decision. Clearly they're just not communicating like they could be, which I think even from the first round we've seen to be an issue. Voke's going to go away. Noob isn't going to go away because they're spawning. I'm sure he's getting pretty agitated right now.
Again, 4 on offense for Bots, and nobody on defense, and Diamond is in their base again, and Evoke has a flag, and nobody is chasing him down.
Noob's got a good grab. Evoke looks like he was just about to take a lap around. Half the field is dead right now, waiting to respawn. And both flag carriers are just kind of humbly idling in their own base. Evoke sitting in the middle and Noob sitting in his gate. There's really just not much that any chasers on the map are doing right now. Noob almost gets an opportunity to get away, but doesn't utilize it, which is going to leave the door open if they can get the blocks. Oh no, Evoke is his rolling bomb, and actually Meh capitalizing on it and grabbing the flag and running away, saving the day very nicely. And he actually gets a cap out of it. That was a fantastic cap. Well deserving. And he's just going to get a return on Diamakaris to top it off.
Toasty
Fox has only got Venetics ahead of him, Evoke ahead of him. Mech can't get the block properly.
Noob is by Venetics.
Most definitely, Noob has got a flag, a Juke Juice and flag, I suppose, going bottom. But they've clearly got the communication because Venetics is waiting there, and Illuminati is just going in for a snipe. And that's the communication that they have, and I swear when not bots don't, and that they need. This map probably requires almost as much communication as most of the maps. especially most of the competitor maps in OLTP rotation. And I guess bots are just showing how important it is by not using any of it. Rogue is free, Testicles is free, and I guess both flag carriers are just sitting all on their own with nothing to do, twiddling their thumbs. Testicles is the only one with the flag at the moment. Looks like he could potentially come into the base.
Just missing the first.
Yeah. It's
Darming us away ahead of all 4 of us wearing our bots. Good button control by Venetics.
taking out 3 flag.
That is what
three
I swear bots don't have. That button control that Venetics just did is really indicative of the massive advantage they have in terms of teamwork. Good burst by Toasty Fox to get the return there.
And looks like the pace of the game is actually about the same as it was by this time last half. Karis isn't making it away anytime soon. And it looks like we've just had to reset our positions, which is something we didn't really see in any of the other games. A lot of those ones were a bit more hectic, all over the place. This one seems to be a bit more organised, mostly from the balls to the wall side, to be fair. Toasty Fox is going to go for a flag pro. That was probably the best decision. Realistically, he was the only one who had an opportunity, or a safe opportunity, to grab the flag. Maybe if he waited a couple of seconds, he could have taken some people out. Vote!
Oh, Vogue is just juking all of them.
That was... I don't know if this is too harsh or not, but that was just silly. The whole team overcommitted all to the same side. There's just none of what they should be. There's a dozen and a half things that they should be doing that they're not doing right now.
I'm not sure what to put this down to. If Noob had just made the call for one of them to go to flag, that would have prevented an easy cap. I just don't think that the calls are happening from any of them. Nobody's taking charge of communication here. And I think with the top teams, there's a lot more communication than we're seeing from Asuana Botti. And that's the difference between Balls to the Wall, who sit second, and Asuana Bots, who sit fourth.
I'm not sure if we can get it. Is it possible, actually, if Radiant can give us a little listen-in from the Swear We're Not Bots channel? Is that possible?
It is Jason. Go D now. Let's back it up there.
First you go. Alright, we got 1 going O, there's 3 chasing him, get on buttons. I'm
Nice
coming.
for me. Nice cat.
Alright, can we equalize?
Get that power up there.
So
Nah,
far,
they're
only
too
our
fast.
defenders have capped this round.
Going top right.
Alright, we got left.
Going through middle. No, it's still top right.
No.
No, he's
right.
going back now. Through the middle down.
Watch out, dude, they're probably in our base. Where is he now?
Bottom.
How did I not
Alright.
turn him?
Going back to top right.
Right,
Our
right.
base. Our base.
He would be going down in the battery.
Nice.
I got him.
Good play. Alright, I'll stay D.
It's proving us right. There's just maybe only 1, even 2 voices that we're hearing talking, and that's the problem that they're having. They did get another cap though there, just as I say, that Balls to the Walls recovers and brings the lead back up to 3 in their favour. But there's just not much of what they could be, really. I'm sure they're going to be reflecting on that after the game. Probably getting angry at me for some of the comments that I've said about them.
If they want to do better in the playoffs, and I'm sure they do, they will probably be playing Cap 22s, who are one of the more communicative teams, and they definitely need to communicate more and get those button control calls out, call the power timers, call where the flag carrier is going, which just isn't happening at the moment.
There were a lot of times when there was just no one talking at any point. And I think when you can hear the commentators talking more than your team, then maybe that's where the problem is. Damakaris is looks like he's about to get contained. Noob has got not too many people chasing after him. Just as I say that, Noob's getting taken out and Dime is still alive. Toasty Fox getting away down bottom with the flag, almost running right into the face of Evoke. Using the bomb, or the boost rather, almost really nicely, just putting himself straight into a spike. There's a lot of things going on. 15 seconds left on the clock. That's going to be all. She wrote, so they say. No one's going to get a cap. Nobody's close enough to the flag.
It looks like I Swear Not Bots will lose this by 8 caps to Bulls of Wool. One-sided game.
Noob and Testicles both on the bottom of the board as their offense, and this is the most offensive map on the OLTP calendar. And when your offenders are on the bottom of the board, that's a bit of a problem, especially since at the start of this game, or rather at the start of the season, they were considered the most offensive team or the strongest offensive team, and they're not really proving that too well. Perhaps we can grab someone in for an interview.
This is stats.
Nope.
Hey, man.
Okay, look.
That was you had a really sorry. Actually, I'll let Rain. You take it away.
No, you got the most hold in that second half with 256.
Yeah.
But you couldn't really convert it into caps. So why do you think that was? How are you going to get more caps in a couple of weeks when you're playing? Oh, a couple of days rather, when you're playing against another team.
Yeah, well, obviously the other team is weaker than this team. Not only because they're low on the table, but also given they're already out of playoff contentions, they're going to be playing their members that haven't had any game time. So hopefully we'll be able to win that game and go into playoffs. But yeah, the reason was in this game, in the second half, I believe, was because we lost a good defender. Sweet Jesus, he had to go. So yeah, we couldn't have the flag back when I was holding. But feel free to give me other analysis. I can't really look at my defense when I'm playing, obviously.
I think the main issue that you guys had was positioning, I guess. I guess your defenders would rotate up to offense a bit too quickly and wouldn't get back. Apart from that, I think you guys played well individually. Just got to work on communication and team cohesion, and you will be definitely in a chance for one of the stronger teams in the playoffs. So
yeah, I don't know about that, but thanks, man.
I honestly think you could be. I mean, you won last week before the replay 2-1 against Bulls of the Wall.
Yeah.
Definitely, you can play better than that. I know you can play better than that. You played really well personally. Nice juking ability. Sweet Cheese, an excellent defender. I think you guys have a lot of potential.
Thanks, man. Too bad the stats don't really show it.
Most hold in the game.
Hey, Hoog. Is Hoog in here?
Hook's on. G'day, Hook.
Oh, no.
Hook, are you there?
Yeah.
Congratulations on the win. 8 caps.
Thank you.
Nice differential there. What do you think was your strongest asset in that game?
I don't really know. I didn't really get to see it.
Fair enough. Okay. Can we pull in one of your players that actually played the game?
Full in dimer.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I felt. Well, hello.
I just moved you to the stream room. You were one of the players that played the entire game. A commanding win by
Thank
8
you.
caps. You played really well personally with Evoke. Really prolific caps. How well do you think you're going to translate these sort of performances into a playoff berth?
Well, I'd like to think that the reason I played well this game and maybe a bit last game is that I actually did practice a fair bit compared to some of the earlier ones. And I feel that for a playoff, I would practice a fair bit as well. So I'd like to think that it'd carry over pretty well.
Cool. How do you think your defense did? I mean, a few weeks your defense has been a bit shaky at times, but I think your defense was quite solid this week. What do you think changed?
What changed? I don't know, it definitely got better. I mean, there weren't too many times when we were left kind of just sitting there waiting for the flag to be returned. I think it helped. We talked about leaving, like, instead of just having 3 people trying to chase the flag carrier down, we definitely tried to leave someone back a lot more, which I think helped a lot, yeah.
That's definitely one of the more important parts of positioning on Battery. You can't leave your base completely unprotected, and I think you guys did really well.
Yeah, we definitely picked up our game from last week.
Yeah, congratulations on the win.
Thanks.
I'm sure fun game to commentate. Cheers, Radiant and Rain, for helping along with that. It's really cool new stuff that we got to try out too. I'm sure both teams are both going to be watching those replays a fair bit to reflect, especially with the finals very imminent and a lot of other competitive stuff to go into. So again, thanks to you guys for helping out with the stream being run, and thanks to everybody who's watching. I know we've got some Yanks over here, so hello. See you later, guys.